So what are the 12 types of archetypes? Welcome to another video for the Archetype site. And in this video, we're going to cover the 12 types of archetypes that are out there. So if you're the fan of archetypes or you're interested in the topic whatsoever, I highly recommend you to click on that subscribe button below and activate the notifications bell icon. So let's see what the 12 types of archetypes exist. Do you know the 12 most important archetype personalities that exist? You're actually in the right place. Yes, here you're going to know everything about them, their function, their meaning, their importance, and what's best, how you can use them. And I can totally guarantee that after you hear this video, you will be an expert when it comes about archetypes. I highly recommend you to go and the link below in the description, where you will be able to find the official website for Archetype site, archetypedefinitions.com, and you will find a wider explanation as to what are the archetypes that we review on the website. Plus, you will be able to find the one that matches for you. So in case you did not know what an archetype is, let me tell you that it's basically the original pattern or model from which all the things of the same kind are copied. Now that we know what an archetype exactly is, it's time to go for the most important part of this specific video. It is time to know what the 12 most important archetypes are. We're gonna go one by one, and we're gonna give a brief description on each one of them. The hero archetype. Let me tell you that the hero archetype appears in all religions, mythologies, and epics in the world. This archetype is an expression of our personal and collective unconscious, and theorized by Carl Jung and Joseph Campbell. Plus, it is important for you to know that archetypal heroes share certain characteristics. One of these features is that hero archetype begins the journey in the ordinary world. But what the hero archetype represents, something that is also important to know about this kind of archetype, is the fact that it represents the process of overcoming obstacles to achieve specific goals. Yes, in myths, the hero archetype's objective is often to find a treasure like a golden egg or to save a princess. Basically, its objective is to do something amazing that can sound unbelievable. The magician archetype. Let me tell you that this archetype goes by many names. It goes by sage, shaman, holy man, wise old man, or knower. Yes, the magician archetype is bearer of knowledge, both ancient and new. It is important to know that the magician archetype is synonymous with cognition. Also, in its fullest, the magician is wise, thoughtful, reflective, healing, and transformative, which is amazing. And as a master of technology, the magician knows how to manipulate elements, and as such, he possesses great power to create, which can be great for him. The outlaw archetype. This archetype can be known as a rebel, revolutionary, and misfit too. It is important for you to know that the outlaw is the archetype that lives for revolution. Yes, the outlaw archetype, though often motivated by a need to better the world through somewhat questionable means, this means that this kind of archetype can also have a desire for revenge against atrocities committed against her or him. And that is what makes this archetype like a revenge searcher. The explorer archetype. Just like its name indicates, this kind of archetype is always in search of new adventures. It just wants to enjoy its life by starting new adventures every time. It is important for you to know that the explorer archetype is independent, ambitious, and spiritual. But when it comes to be negative, this archetype can be restless and a bit flaky at sometimes. For this kind of archetype, adventure is a means of enlightenment, and it's focused on self-discovery and self-sufficiency. The goal of this archetype is to experience a more authentic and fulfilling life, and its strategy is to journey, seek, and experience new things. The Sag archetype. When it comes to this kind of archetype, is a personality that is constantly seeking the truth. This means that this personality tends to be perfectionist. Don't settle for anything but what is right and true. Plus, they thrive on knowledge and being in the know, and they always enjoy sharing their findings with others to help benefit everyone, which is something that makes this archetype so great. The Innocent archetype. Something important to know about this kind of archetype is the fact that its greatest strength comes in their trust. This means that this personality is always positive and happy, and that is always searching for a kind of solution for problems. They're pure, wholesome, and always full of virtue. This archetype is always endearing to others with their enthusiastic sense of wonder and with their amazing positive energy. They're open and honest in all relationships, which is something awesome because they are always seen like the greatest personality. The Creator archetype. Like its own name says, this archetype is always searching for something new to create. This archetype has a very creative personality that is always full of new ideas. This creator personality loves everything unique or unusual because it can be a possibility for a creation. Plus, this archetype is always attracted to clever innovation and visionary creations, and they also strive to demonstrate their unconventional thinking and innovation always. The Ruler archetype. It is important for you to know that this archetype is always the strong personality. It's someone who always prevents the chaos by always taking the control of these situations in the best way possible. The attitude of this archetype is always motivated by the desire of safety and security for itself and for the others. This archetype sees itself as a role model for others to emulate and seeks to help others secure prosperity and security anytime they need its help. The Caregiver archetype. Let me tell you that the goal of this personality is going to be always to help others and the strategy to doing things for others. This archetype is always going to be always available for everyone who needs it. The caregiver always focuses attention on the other people. This personality always puts itself on a second place because the others are most important. People is a priority for this archetype. The Everyman archetype. This kind of archetype is often family focused and generally serves a basic need that is not extravagant. But this personality does not desire luxuries. This archetype is very simple and quiet. The Everyman archetype's motivation is to belong and to be accepted in some group. The Jester archetype. This personality is also known as the clown, the trickster, and even the comedian. This archetype is always uses its humor sense to eliminate hypocrisy and also to level the playing field between those of power. Also, it is very important to know that this archetype is usually a male, and that its main purpose on the journey it's the journey itself. The Lover archetype. It is very important to know that the Lover archetype is the first archetype of the mature masculine. This archetype is youthful and idealism and excitement, and is usually the first archetype to develop in a man. Don't be misled by the name. It's not just about romance, because this archetype encapsulates all types of love. It means that it encapsulates parental, family, friendships, spiritual, and romantic love. This basically means that this archetype is always giving love to others. Now that you know what the 12 most important archetypes are, let me tell you that it's going to be easier for you to be able to discover which archetype personality you have. I hope you found this video informative and clear. Thank you for watching, and visit the website below.